Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Happy 2025. That's crazy. We are officially in a new year, which means that we are in a new month, which means that we need a new TBR. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it is currently January 4th because I'm just very behind. But it is January 4th. We are already in January, so ideally this should have been done already, but I've been a sick girl, okay? I haven't read a book, I haven't filmed a video since December 30th. So we've had a rocky start to this year. I am just getting over my sickness, not gonna lie. So if my throat is still a little, my voice sounds a little weird, that's what that is. I am still getting over my sickness, but we still work, okay? So I need to film a TBR. I need to pick a TBR, and I thought since it is a new year, let's do something different. Because I picked a TBR through siblings, through TBR prompts, through songs. We need to choose something different, and I thought of something. I'm sure someone has done this before, but I haven't seen it personally, so I thought of this. So, and that is picking books based off a color generator. So basically I have a color generator here on my phone, and I'm basically going to generate a color, and I have to choose a book that has that color on the cover, and it has to be as close as I can get to that color. If I don't have any books with that color, then obviously I'll just re-choose, but I think that this is a fun way to do it. Also, it gives me a lot of leniency, it gives me a lot of area to choose books that I want to read, and I think that I am in the mood to just mood read, and this will help me because I'm picking books that I know I want to read. Also, 25 books in 2025. I have not even made that list yet, so we won't be starting that until probably February, because I probably won't make that list until the end of January. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a lot, okay? It's been a lot. So none of these books are probably going to be on my book stream in 2025 besides Onyx Storm. I hope I get a cover that I could do Onyx Storm, because I'm gonna read that when that comes out. It's pre-ordered, it's coming to my house. I'm reading that in January. So yes, there's all of the disclaimers, all of the information, explanations. Now we will continue. I think I'm gonna choose 7 books. I don't know, or maybe 6 since it is already January. I don't know. It depends, you know, I never stick to what I say at the beginning of these videos. So let's do this. First color, Sapphire Blue. Do I have any books that are Sapphire Blue? I think I might, guys. Let me. Okay, so I tried to get the closest that I could get to a Sapphire Blue. I think that this is the closest. I think this is pretty good. I chose The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. Yes, I know. I haven't read it yet. I know. But I think that this is pretty... Ooh, I think that's pretty close. Don't you think? Or am I blind? I feel like that's close. Am I blind, guys? Is that not close? I feel like it's gonna come up so much lighter on here, guys. I promise it's close. I promise. But this is the first book of our TBR. This font is huge. Oh my gosh, that's huge. But I'm excited to read this. I have not read a Lauren Asher book yet. Yes, I know. So maybe 2025 is the year for Lauren Asher for me. But I've heard really good things about this series, so I'm excited to read it. People say it's like Disneyland. I've never been, so honestly I don't know, but I'm excited to read this. This is the first book of the month. Next, pearl green. I feel like I definitely have some books that are green. I have to, right? Okay, I don't think I have like a pearl green book, so I think we might have to pass that one through, guys. I think we might. Okay. Ooh, let's do it again. Luminous bright red. Okay. Oh, I know a book, guys. I know a book. Yes, this is perfect. This is perfect. I've been wanting to read this book for a very long time. It is a memoir, and it is Crying in H-Mart by Michelle Zauner. Telling me that's not perfect. It is. You don't have to tell me. I know it is. This is a memoir. I've had this for a very, 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 very long time. So I'm finally getting it off my list. Also, I love a memoir. I do. So I'm excited to read this. Third color. Signal Violet. Okay. Oh, of course the spine is, and not the actual book. I've been wanting to read this for so long. Guys, I thought I had a book with that one. I don't. The spines were this color, but not the actual book. So, unfortunately, we're gonna have to redo it again. Rose. That's like the it's like the other color I just did. Am I gonna do it? Like, this is actually, like, this is like a spot on color. Ooh. I accidentally switched it. It was rose. Y'all saw it. And it's a perfect match. Am I gonna start the series? Am I gonna do that? I think I am, guys. I think I am. My friend recently read this and she liked it. So this is the third book. This is the third book. That's crazy. I don't need to be starting any more series, but I think I am. I think I am. Third book. Oh. Olive green. What's with the greens, bro? What's with the greens? I don't have that many greens. I don't. Okay. The book I chose for olive green was Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief. I have read this book. I've read the entire series, but I just feel like I need that nostalgia, and this is going to take me literally no time at all. So yeah, let's start the year off right, you know, with some happy nostalgia, and then I could watch the movie and be in pure happiness, you know. Yeah. Fourth book. Now we're choosing the generator for the fifth book. We're technically almost done. Technically. We know how I am. I might choose more. Traffic black. Okay, so this is just black. Okay. You would think that it being just black would be easy, but authors don't do black covers. So it's not easy. Oh yes, yes. Horror movie by Paul Tremblay. I got this book in, I want to say it was like September. I want to say either August or September. Like, I got this book a little bit ago and I've been wanting to read it so bad and I just never had the chance. That's black. That's black. Yeah, I'm so excited to read this. I needed a thriller. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is actually turning out to be a pretty varied TBR. We have a romance, we have a memoir, we have two fantasies technically, and then we have a thriller. Like, honestly, I'm not mad about that. I'm not mad about that at all. Next one. Steel blue. That looks like black. Guys, I'm not... Guys. You guys didn't see anything. You didn't see anything. Luminous yellow is the color. Guys, I know exactly what I could pick. Actually, now I'm looking at 2 books that I could pick. And I'm conflicted. I have made my decision. Yellow Face by R. Kwong. I've been wanting to read this book for so long, and I also don't have a literary fiction on here, so this was the only right choice. Let's be honest, this was the only right choice. I am so excited to read this book, so excited. At the end I'll read like the synopsis for each book, but this is very yellow. Like, you guys, that's like the same thing. Yeah. Next, Fern Green. What is up with the greens? What is up with the greens, guys? I don't have green. I don't have a fern green book, guys. I looked. I promise I did, and I don't have one. So how many times did they give me green and red? No, I don't have any more red. White. That's not much better, honestly. Honestly, it's not much better, but we'll make do. I have chosen a book, and the book I've chosen is Blue Sisters by Coco Malors. I got this in, I don't know, sometime last year. I'm very excited to read this though, because it's literary fiction. It focuses on family ties, family relationships, struggles. That's what I love in a lit book, honestly, in any book. So this is the next book. This is the 7th book. We're gonna choose one more because I do want to put another romance on here. Why, I don't know, but I do. This generator is not listening to me when I say no more green. No more green. Brown gray. Are there any books with that color? I don't think I own any besides Out on a Limb, which I've read and gave 5 stars. So that's obviously not a contender. Telemagenta. That is quite a color. Okay. Honestly, I think I could work with this. The book that has been chosen for the last book of this TBR is Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. And I feel like that is a great match, honestly. I think I did really good with the matches for, like, these books. Like, I think I did kind of perfect. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think I did pretty great. But yeah, I have 8 books on my TBR, and I think that's enough. I think that's enough. I don't think we need any more. But I'm going to now show you all the books, read you the descriptions, and then that will be the end of this video, the end of the first video of 2025. Crazy. Okay, I'm now gonna go through and show you all of the books that I have picked for this TBR. Don't ask me to recall the color names because I don't remember. They had weird names and I don't remember them. So the first book we chose was The Fine Print by Lauren Asher, which is the first book, a part of the Dreamland Billionaire series. I think 2025 is gonna be the year of series, because why do I have like 4 series in this stack? Crazy of me. But let me read you the description. It says, Rowan, I'm in the business of creating fairy tales, theme parks, production companies, 5-star hotels. Everything could be all mine if I renovated Dreamland. My initial idea of hiring Sarah was good in theory, but then I kissed her. Things spiraled out of control once I texted her using an alias. By the time I realized where I went wrong, it was too late. People like me don't get happy endings, not when we're destined to ruin them. Zara. After submitting a drunk proposal criticizing Dreamland as the most expensive ride, I should have been fired. Instead, Rowan Kane offered me a dream job. The catch, I had to work for the most difficult boss I'd ever met. Rowan was rude and completely off limits, but my heart didn't care. At least not until I discovered his secret. It was time to teach the billionaire that money couldn't fix everything, especially not us. So, yeah. So basically, I think what is going on in this series is like there's 3 brothers. Each brother is trying to get their inheritance, but in order to get their inheritance, they have like this task, I think. So we're following Rowan and Zara in this one. The next book I chose was Crying in H-Mart by Michelle Zauner. This is a memoir. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. It says, when Michelle Zauner was in her mid-20s, working as a waitress and struggling to launch her music career in Philadelphia, she got a call that her mother was ill. She put her life on hold and flew home to Eugene, Oregon to be with her mother through the final excruciating months of her battle with cancer. This is Zauner's searingly candid coming-of-age story of growing apart from and then back together with her Korean identity and of forging her own path in the wake of a devastating loss. With humor and heart, she tells of growing up Asian American, straining to meet her mother's expectations, moving across the country, and returning home to reckon with grief. She recalls treasured childhood holidays spent in her grandmother's tiny apartment in Seoul, and now in adulthood, learning to cook the Korean dishes that revive and nourish those memories. She savors the unexpected solace of weekly trips to her favorite Asian grocery store. Vivacious and plain-spoken, lyrical and honest, Zauner's voice is as radiantly alive on the page as it is on stage. Crying in H-Mart is an exquisite debut, a book to cherish, share, and reread. So, I'm very excited. I love anything that has to do with Korean culture. If you don't know, I love K-pop, I love K-dramas. I am learning Korean, so anything to do with like the Korean culture is very interesting to me, and also I do just love a memoir in general, so excited. Next, we have the second series I will be starting in 2025, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Guys, why did I do this? This was the only choice. Like, I didn't have anything else to choose, but like, why did I do this to myself? I don't know. When 19-year-old huntress Fayer kills a wolf in the woods, a terrifying creature arrives to demand retribution. Dragged to a treacherous magical land she knows about only from legends, Fairy discovers that her captor is not truly a beast, but one of the lethal immortal fairies who once ruled her world. At least he's not a beast all the time. As she adapts to her new home, her feelings for the fairy Tamlin transform from icy hostility into a fiery passion that burns through every lie she has been told about the beautiful, dangerous world of the Fae. But something is not right in the fairy lands. An ancient wicked shadow is growing, and Fairy must find a way to stop it or doom Tamlin and his world forever. So, from what I've heard, I actually just heard this recently. Apparently, this was like a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and honestly, from the back of the book, sounds very much like a Beauty and the Beast retelling. So, we'll see. We'll see. The next book I ended up choosing was The Lightning Thief by Rick Wardian. Percy Jackson, The Lightning Thief. I think everyone knows what Percy Jackson is. One of my favorite series when I was growing up. Still one of my favorite shows. I mean, not shows. One of my favorite movies to this day. Absolutely love. But it says, Percy Jackson is about to be kicked out of boarding school again, and that's the least of his troubles. Lately, mythological monsters and the gods of Mount Olympus seem to be walking straight out of the pages of Percy's Greek mythology textbook and into his life. And worse, he's angered a few of them. Zeus's master lightning bolt has been stolen, and Percy is the prime suspect. Now, Percy and his friends have just 10 days to find and return Zeus's stolen property and bring peace to a warring Mount Olympus. But to succeed in his quest, Percy will have to do more than catch the true thief. He must come to terms with his father, who abandoned him, solve the riddle of the oracle, which warns him of betrayal by a friend, and unravel a treachery more powerful than the gods themselves. So obviously, I know what's gonna happen. So like reading that, like I know what's gonna happen, but it just makes me so excited to reread this. I don't know, I'm excited. Next, we have a horror movie by Paul Chamberlain. Oh my goodness. I read the synopsis of this book and was so unbelievably excited. So, it says, in June 1993, a group of young guerrilla filmmakers spent 4 weeks making Horror Movie, a notorious, disturbing art house horror flick. The weird part? Only 3 of the film scenes were ever released to the public, but horror movie has nevertheless grown a rabid fan base. 3 decades later, Hollywood is pushing for a big-budget reboot. The man who played the Thin Kid is the only surviving cast member. He remembers all too well the secrets buried within the original screenplay, the bizarre events of the filming, and the dangerous lines crossed on set that resulted in tragedy. As memories flood back in, the boundaries between reality and film, past and present, start to blur. But he's going to help remake the film, even if it means navigating a world of cynical producers, egomaniacal directors, and surreal fan conventions. Demons of the past must be, but at what cost? So I'm super excited. That sounds so good. I don't know. I love horror movies. So this is just speaking to me. It's just calling my name, you know? Next, we have Yellowface by Arab Kwan. First of all, can we talk about the cover? I actually love this cover. It's so simple, but like so good. So it says, White Lies, Dark Humor, Deadly Consequences. Authors June Hayward and Athena Liu were supposed to be twin rising stars, but Athena's a literary darling, June Hayward is literally nobody. Who wants stories about basic white girls, June thinks. So when June witnesses Athena's death in a freak accident, she acts on impulse. She steals Athena's just-finished masterpiece, an experimental novel about the unsung contributions of Chinese laborers during World War I. So what if June edits Athena's novel and sends it to her agent as her own work? So what if she lets her new publisher rebrand her as Juniper Song, complete with an ambiguously ethnic author photo? Doesn't this piece of history deserve to be told, whoever the teller? That's what June claims, and the New York Times bestseller list seems to agree. But June can't get away from Athena's shadow, and emerging evidence threatens to bring June's stolen success down around her. As June races to protect her secret, she discovers exactly how far she will go to keep what she thinks she deserves. That's crazy. I think that this is going to be a very, very important book because it's talking about, 1, the publishing industry, 2, race within the publishing industry, which I think people kind of stray away from, people don't talk about because race is a taboo topic for whatever reason. So I think that this is gonna be a very interesting read. So yeah. Second to last book was Blue Sisters by Coco Mellors. First of all, also love this cover. I love like the watercolor, but also it's like very simple, just the 4 girls and then just a plain white background, giving me everything that I need. So yes, then we have the synopsis. It says, the 3 Blue sisters are exceptional and exceptionally different. Avery, the eldest and a recovering heroin addict turned straight-laced lawyer, lives with her wife in London. Bonnie, a former boxer, works as a bouncer in Los Angeles following a devastating defeat, and Lucky, the youngest, models in Paris while trying to outrun her hard-partying ways. They also had a 4th sister, Nikki, whose unexpected death left the family reeling. A year later, as they navigate grief, addiction, and ambition, they find they must return to New York to stop the sale of the apartment they were raised in. But coming home is never as easy as it seems, as the sisters reckon with the disappointments of their childhood and the loss of the only person who held them together. They realize that the greatest secrets they've been keeping might not have been from one another, but from themselves. Like I said, I love a literary fiction, but not just literary fiction, just a book in general that talks a lot about family dynamics, just dynamics in general, but specifically family dynamics, because I think that is a very strong theme in a book. So I'm very, very excited, and also with all of the other problems that each sister has going on, I think that this is going to be very good. And the last book, Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. I got this a little bit ago and just haven't read it. I've heard so many mixed things about this, and not gonna lie, so I honestly don't really know how I'm going to feel about this. I think this is considered dark romance. I have not really dipped my toes into dark romance. The only dark romance that I've read is Scarred, which is a part of the Never After series by Emily McIntyre, and that is the only like dark romance-esque book that I've read. And I mean, I liked it. It was really good, but I just don't know how I'm going to feel about dark romance. I'm a little nervous about that. It says, Every serial killer needs a friend. Every game must have a winner. When a chance encounter sparks an unlikely bond between rival murderers Sloane and Rowan, another book with a Rowan, okay, they find something elusive, the friendship of two like-minded, pitch-black souls who just happen to enjoy killing other serial killers. From small-town West Virginia to upscale California, and from downtown Boston to rural Texas, the two hunters collide in an annual game of blood and suffering, one that pits them against the most dangerous monsters in the country. But as their friendship develops into something more, the restless ghosts left in their wake are only a few steps behind, ready to claim more than just their newfound love. I don't know. I'm excited. I feel like it's a weird concept. It's such a weird concept, so I don't know how it's gonna be executed, but I'm excited to see how Bryn brings it all together. So those are the 8 books of January that I will be reading. I'm actually super excited about all of them. I am not so excited to be starting so many series. I think there's 4. We have the Dreamland Billionaire series. We have Percy Jackson, which, I mean, that's gonna be an easy thing to complete. We have ACOTAR, and then we have Butcher and Blackbird. The Ruinous Love trilogy, I think is what it's called. So 2025 is definitely the year of series. I don't know, guys. It's the year of popular series, but we shall see how I feel about all of them. I'm sure some of them will be in reading vlogs. Actually, I don't know if I'm posting a reading vlog at all in January. We'll see. But that is the end of this video. That is the end of the first video of 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If this is your first time seeing me, hello. Nice to see you in the new year. I hope you stay for a little while. But yeah, other than that, I will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye.